Hey, it's me, Tantacles. This guide will show you how to get rainbow equipment. Rainbow equipment is the most powerful equipment in Chrono Cross. However, the quest to get it is missable, and it's not exactly straightforward to get a hold of once you've unlocked it. The weapons have the highest attack stat in the game, and the armor has the highest defense stat in the game. And they can be carried over into New Game Plus, making it easier to get all of the endings. So how do you get them? Before I get there, please take a second to X-strike the subscribe and like buttons. If enough people do that, you can G-force me to stop saying that I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate your support. First, let's test out the equipment. For this testing, our volunteer will be Lava Boy because of its large HP pool and easy accessibility. And it also has an ugly face, just like Snobgoblin. Each time you level up a weapon, the physical power of your characters increases drastically. This clip shows Surge going from the Sea Swallow all the way up to the Spectral Swallow. Now, you don't need the rainbow weapons to beat the game. However, the extra power is really nice. Also, you'll get some peripheral benefits as you go through the side quests to unlock the rainbow weapons. Getting the rainbow weapons results in the recruitment of 3 optional characters, including Zappa, who will give you access to the Smith Spirit. This item will allow you to forge weapons on the world map and at save points instead of having to go back to the forge every single time you want to upgrade. You can also use the level 7 summon elements to get some of the materials required, and these are some of the most powerful elements in the game. So let's start at the beginning. Your quest to get the rainbow weapons can start right after you finish Fort Dragonia. Head over immediately to Homeworld's Termina. Head to the blacksmith shop and talk to Zappa. After a good cry, Zappa will join your party and give you the Smith Spirit. As I mentioned, this item lets you forge weapons anywhere. After that, you'll complete the mandatory SS Zelbus event. Now, here's the part of rainbow weapon crafting that is missable, so listen closely. Immediately after you defeat the Sage of Marbule, head back to the deck and up the mast. You'll see a floating platform, and if you talk to the attendant, he will take you over to Nicky's ship. Talk to Nicky in his dressing room and you'll have an important conversation about Marbule. Then Irene's will join your party. You must do this part before you head to the Dead Sea, as this part of the quest goes away after that and you will be locked out of the rainbow weapons. I missed this on the playthrough that I did before the remaster came out, and I was sad. As far as I know, there is nothing else that is missable in this questline. If I'm wrong about this, please leave a comment and yell at me because I deserve it.
I'm a bad man.
Now for the next part of the quest, you need to wait until you recruit Fargo. Once you've recruited Fargo, head back to the SS Invincible and put Fargo in your party. And he's S tier, so he should be in your party anyway, but that's besides the point. Now go to the other Fargo's cabin and talk to him. He will agree to a concert. Sound familiar? After the concert, you will be stuck in Marbule. Kill all of the newly de-ghostified enemies and you will complete this part of the quest and recruit Mickey. After you defeat the White Dragon, return to Marbule, head into the Black Dragon's cave and purchase the Master Hammer. This is the weapon you need to craft rainbow weapons. But there's one more step to opening up their crafting option. Put Zappa in your party and then head to Another World's Termina. Go to the blacksmith shop and now talk to Zappa. There will be a cutscene and then you will finally have access to crafting the rainbow weapons. But, and it's a big but,
Baby got ballet dance in the open.
the rainbow weapons have a huge money cost for crafting, and they also require both a rainbow shell, the normal weapon crafting elements, and a number of materials called shiny materials. Now, first, let's talk about the shiny materials. How do you get them? Well, there are 2 ways. The first is by killing enemies with summon elements. For every non-boss monster you defeat with a summon element, you will receive a shiny material that matches the color of the summon. For example, if you use Red Wolf, you will receive shiny ember. Now, if you don't feel like trapping those elements, the level 8 summons of each element work just fine. However, they can't be down junctioned. Okay, post-editing, I'm officially saying junctioned instead of allocated from now on. Squall is dead, mother. In any case, if you'd rather use the level 7 summon elements and you're not sure where to get them, I have an entire trap guide that shows you where to get the level 7 summon elements, so check that out. I'll put a link in the description. However, there is an easier way to get these materials that does not require summoning. You can steal charms from certain enemies that, when disassembled, will simply give you the shiny materials. Now, this works best late in the game when you can have 2 thief characters in your party at once, but Fargo is perfectly competent at this. And the best part is that you can do a lot of the groundwork while you're going through the plot. Keep in mind that this is not an exhaustive list of ways to get the shiny materials. Also, Don't disassemble the colored plates. Their ability to absorb element damage is far more valuable than the shiny materials you'll get from them. Now, starting with flame charms, which can be disassembled to give you shiny ember, these can be stolen from lava boys in Another World's Mount Pyre the very first time you go there. I would suggest you freeze the lava before you steal from them. If you have Kid in your party, you can get a bunch of these even before you beat Fort Dragonia. Next is the Forest Charm, which yields Shiny Leaf. It can be stolen from Prey Mantis in Gaia's Navel. These battles are pretty straightforward. Just steal, defeat, rinse, and repeat. These monsters also cast the Sonya element, and you can trap that at the same time that you're doing the farming for Forest Charms. Earth Charm yields Shiny Sand, and it can also be acquired on Gaia's Navel from Prehistoric. These are a little bit less straightforward, unfortunately. Prehistorics can cast Confuse on your characters and lengthen battles. However, in order to get through Gaia's Navel, you're going to have to defeat a ton of these enemies anyway, so you might as well just steal these while you're there. However, if you'd rather just speed through that and not bother, there's another place to get Earth Charms, which is a mandatory destination, and that's Earth Dragon Isle. You can steal them from Yellowbelly there, and those battles tend to be a little bit more straightforward. Sea Charm yields Shiny Dew, and it can be stolen from Sidesteppa in Homeworld's Water Dragon Isle. However, since you get the Frog Prince summoned for free, you don't necessarily need to bother with these guys. You can just use Frog Prince to finish off the Lava Boys you stole the Flame Charms from and get Shiny Dew that way. Demon Charm yields Shiny Soot, and it can be stolen from Shadowcat in Fossil Valley. Interestingly, they also cast the Mothership Summon, so feel free to trap that at the same time. Now, Angel Charms are pretty limited in the game, and they cannot be accessed until you reach the final dungeon. Now, you can get them from Mixomysate, and I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but they drop it, and it's pretty common. During the filming of this section, I ended up getting about 12 of them in the matter of 10 minutes. However, they do come pretty late, so if you want to get the rainbow weapons early, there is another way. First, if you want to steal them early, you can get one from Megastarky, and there is a chest in Another World's Fort Dragonia that also has one. You also get the Saint Summon for free, so I would suggest you prioritize casting the Saint Summon once you have a white innate character in your party who has a level 8 element slot. And now we have just one more topic to cover before you can build the rainbow weapons, the rainbow shell locations. A spoiler alert is in effect because a lot of these are located in later dungeons. I will briefly cover these, but I'll probably make some shorter videos that cover these side quests. Please leave a comment if this would be helpful to you. First, a couple of rainbow weapons can be found in chests. A spectral glove can be found in a chest in Terra Tower, and Janice's beta carotene, which is also technically a rainbow weapon, can be found in Terra Tower. Besides that, there are 19 rainbow shells in the game. Number 1, the Poet side quest in Arnie Cafe. Just keep talking to her and switching worlds, and when you get a book from her, show it to the other version of her. She'll give you a rainbow shell. In the SS Zelbas's casino after the mandatory story events, you can win a rainbow shell if you get over 10,000 points. In the PS1 version, you could cheese this game by pause buffering it. Essentially, you could pause the game and manipulate the outcome. In the Switch version, you can do this with the home button. I'll make a more detailed video of this, but basically press the home button, wait for the pointer to point north, and then immediately press the home button and press A. You should never lose, and about 75% of the time, the pointer should land on north and double your points. Once you get to 10,000, you'll automatically get the rainbow shell. Number 3, in Another World's Arnie Village, after all the villagers are scared off, check the merchant's stall. Number 4, in Another World's Termina, go to the bridge with a churro salesman. Tell him to set the price to 50 to 60, and later in the game, he'll give you a rainbow shell. Number 5, at Homeworld's Earth Dragon Isle, talk to the foreman after you jump down. You have to leave and come back before you do this. Number 6, if you got the Sturdy Ribs item from Water Dragon Isle, go back to the person who gave it to you after you defeat Dark Surge. Number 7 and 8, in Kid's Dream, there are 2 rescuable children who will give you rainbow shells. Number 9, after Kid's Dream, talk to Lucia with Kid. Number 10, 11, and 12. 3 enemies will rarely allow you to steal rainbow shells: Dark Surge, Polis Police, and Cryosphinx. Save before these battles, and feel free to run away if you don't get the items you want. Number 13, White Knight in Isle of the Damned rarely drops a rainbow shell. Number 14, a chest on the 3rd floor of Chronopolis has a rainbow shell. Numbers 15 and 16, in Another World's El Nido Triangle, there are 2 chests that have rainbow shells in them. Number 17, 18, and 19, the final dungeon has 3 rainbow shells in chests. I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye! Oh, and subscribe!